So there I was, at work at Subway, sitting down on my break eating my sandwich, watching a Shaggott's Cave video on if you can bleed Plant vs Zombies with only nuts. And I thought to myself, hey, my workplace uses plants kind of. What if I, created an abomination? And that's why we're here today. With the Can You Beat Plants vs Zombies 2 with only Subway food items, the challenge. Now the rules of this challenge are pretty simple. First of all, I can only be using Subway food items. Now what defines a Subway food item I'm pretty lenient with, so I'm gonna go to great lengths to explain why I use the plants I use. Totally not an excuse to make the challenge easier for myself, no sorry. There will be no leveling of plants, no power-ups used, gimmick levels that force me to use things that aren't Subway food items or just can't be beaten without will be ignored, and pre-placed plants are totally fine. So without further ado, let's get right into this only Subway challenge. By the way, all of this was streamed on twitch.tv/MeisterPapo. That's why you see VTuber model down there. Okay, we're gonna skedaddle over the first few days cause the challenge doesn't really start until we get the potato mine. Now you might ask yourself, they don't sell potatoes at Subway. Well, dear viewer, may I introduce you to waffle cut fries. I swear to God, this is not a sponsorship or an advertisement. These newly introduced promotional side dishes in the Subway brand are potatoes. They're fries. So, I mean, if you think about it through a really weird way, they count. Trust me, they count. Using the waffle cut fries, I was easily able to defeat Day 4 by just kind of spamming the potato mines all over the place. After being this stage, I got the plant that I'm going to be using for the entirety of ancient Egypt, the cabbage pod. And you might think to yourself, they don't technically have cabbages at Subway, but we do have mixed greens, and if I'm not wrong, one of the greens in the mixed greens is cabbages, so it makes perfect sense to why I'm using it. After beating tutorial level day 5 by just spamming cabbage pods, I got hot sauce, gave the hot sauce to Crazy Dave, went back in time, I don't know, PVZ law type stuff. Afterward, we head to ancient Egypt. First, they were teaching us to use plant foods, we just slapped that on there, and we go on about day spamming cabbage pods. Day 2 was a power-up level, but I didn't really give a shit about it, so I just kinda still spam cabbage pods anyways. Okay, if I'll be honest, most of ancient Egypt is just me spamming cabbage pods, so I guess it's time for our first Subway fact, as per usual with these videos. Do you know that Subway is mostly unintentional? Fred DeLuca wanted money for his college tuition, and so he asked his family friend Peter Buck for money. Peter Buck, being the Chad that he is, said, hey, here's $1,000, let's open a Subway restaurant instead. After day 3 was day 4, which was a conveyor belt level. These don't really count, so I could technically do whatever I want with these, but the lawnmowers regenerate on this level, so I could just casually sit back and relax and watch the level repeat itself. Day 5 introduced these sun-sucking zombies, but they weren't much of a problem anyways. I played Osu before, I know what to do with these. Day 6 was another conveyor belt level, but I could still do it using just cabbage pods and potato mines and iceberg lettuce. Oh yeah, by the way, I did get iceberg lettuce at the end of day 5, and we all know that lettuce is probably like the most common ingredient people put on the Subway sandwiches. Gargantuan and some zombies got through, but it doesn't really matter in the end, there's lawnmowers at the back anyways. With iceberg lettuce, the strategy now just kinda becomes spam iceberg lettuce to stall and spam cabbage pods whenever I have enough sun for them. Easy strat, you know. Just listen to this cacophony of sounds. I'm not sure about the corn though. And the meat is obviously frozen. After launching an armada of cabbages, we move on to day 8. Day 8 introduces us to the fire zombies, torch zombies I guess. They can ignite all your plants immediately, but iceberg lettuce here can immediately extinguish the fire. It also introduces us to these grave zombies, but it doesn't really matter to us since we're just spamming cabbage pods anyways. Day 9 likes to send out huge waves of torch zombies. I think the intended strategy is to use iceberg lettuce power up to freeze all zombies, but I kinda just end up spamming cabbage pods anyways. Fun fact, Subway used to be called Pete's Super Submarines because submarine sandwiches was the menu's main specialty, as well as the fact that Peter Buck helped open the store. After day 9 we got Gravebuster, but as far as I'm concerned, Subway doesn't serve Vine, so we can't use him. Day 10 was another usual level. They threw a lot of graves at us this time. I think they wanted us to use the Gravebuster, but I kinda just kept on spamming cabbage pods. Day 11 had us use plants that they gave us, which, you know, it wouldn't matter in this challenge, but I still try to beat it using my rules anyways. And oh boy, was this one a doozy. The only plant I could use if I follow the rules is the potato mine, which has a very slow recharge. So I kind of had to predict where the zombies are gonna go and plant it as soon as it comes off cooldown, which, funnily enough, actually did go my way. Please! Please, please, please. Good lord. Half the time. Okay. Lawnmower for that one. I think I'm planting a bit too far further. Oh god. Okay. Please, arm. Come on. Yes! First try, baby! All in all, I think I kept my composure pretty well that stage. After the heart-wrenching level of day 11, day 12 was a nice breather to have. They did introduce the sarcophagus zombie, but potato mines are easily able to dispose of them. Day 13 had Dave's mold in the bag, but it didn't really matter anyways. All I really did was make me plant the cabbages 2,000 front. After that we got the bok choy, and although bok choy is actually one of my favorite foods of all time, I can't use them because they don't have them at Subway. Day 14 was actually kinda tough. I managed to get through my middle lane, but if I just kept up the cabbage spam, they couldn't really get past it later on. Day 15 had us protect trees, sunflowers, which wasn't that big of a deal. All it really meant was I have more cabbages to plant, so even more cabbage spam. Day 16 was like really boring, so I'm just gonna hit you with another Subway fact. Cool fact. The fact that Peter was a doctor was used to advertise the sandwiches as healthy, although it doesn't really make any sense though, since he had a doctorate in physics. Day 17 had us limit the amount of plants we can plant to 14, which doesn't really matter since I could barely get 10 cabbages out anyways. Day 18 was a last stand type stage, but since the only plants I could use was cabbage pot and potato mine, I just spammed cabbage pots and called it a day. It was only after day 18 I remembered the Zen Garden existed, and right after playing the merry-go down, I immediately forgot about it. Day 19 had two conditions: the limited number of plants on the field and the mold at the back 2 tiles. Only thing that really affected me here was the mold. Day 20 had us protect 4 sunflowers, which you know what that means: more cabbage spam. Day 21 gave us some plants that we have to use. The 2 of them don't really matter. Only thing that matters here is the kernel pot. We all know corn is a staple in Subway sandwiches, so I just kind of spammed him. I can't wait to get this guy on my roster, which is the next world too. I had some trouble in the middle lane, but it doesn't really matter in the end. Just let my lawnmower rip and tear. I got 25 sun boost at the end of the stage, which means I get 75 sun at the start of every day, which means I could plant 1 potato mine and have a kernel pot or cabbage pot up after collecting 1 sun, which is I guess kinda useful. Day 22 had 1 lane of mold and an 18 plant limit. Oh no, an 18 plant limit. Whatever will I do? This is such a travesty, guys. I don't know what to think anymore. Honestly though, without the boomerang in my roster, it's kinda hard to take out the camo zombies. They're a bit annoying to deal with, but you know, I always make it there in the end. The potato mine is such a useful plant. Dude, I have no idea what I would do without it, man. I'm so glad I bent the rules. I mean, I'm so glad I followed the rules. Day 23 had like a gargantuan and like a lot of zombies and graves, but really I just follow my spam cabbage pot strat. Works all the time, and I just use a potato mine to kill a gargantuan in the end. Day 24 is another last stand stage, and as I spam down these cabbage pots, time for the last Subway fact of the video. Did you know that all Subways in Singapore are actually halal certified? The bacon we use is actually chicken bacon, not pork bacon. There was 1 iceberg lettuce down in the corner for me to freeze zombies when I need to, but other than that, cabbage spam worked out in the end. Day 25 is the Zomboss fight, And although I tried to be using only Subway food items, it quickly became apparent that's probably impossible. So in the end, I just finished the stage normal way. As I pummel Zombox to the ground in the background, I want to thank all of you for watching the video up to this point. Thank you, thank you. Shoutouts to Shy Gods K for starting the whole Plant vs Zombies 2 only blank movement. It's been really interesting seeing all the different challenges people have been doing on YouTube. And yeah, I guess I'll continue doing this series. I will be streaming all my playthrough on twitch.tv/myzapapo. Please follow. And other than that, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you when I see ya. So yeah, see ya.